Hi crafty friends, it's Donna here. I've got a soft and elegant card to share with you today. First up, I'd like to say thank you to the people that liked and subscribed and left lovely comments after my last video. It was a great encouragement to me. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. It's so lovely to have you here. I'm using a stamp set from Paper Rose Studio called Daisy Days today, and that should give you your full complement of Australian accent, Daisy Days today. I want to colour these a nice warm yellow, and so the colours I've chosen to do that are marked on the screen. I'm first of all laying down a layer of the Y28 in the middle and then completely covering that up with YR18. The original Y28 is just there as a bit of a shadow colour in the centres. I'm going to show you the colouring of just this little set of petals here, and then we'll move on with the construction of the card. I can see I'm going to have to work on a better camera angle. You can barely see the tip of the pen. This stamp set has a set of coordinating dies that you can use to cut them out. I don't own those dies, so I fussy cut these. They weren't too hard, but there was an awful lot of in and outs for the petals. So if you're not someone that enjoys fussy cutting, at least you have another option. I've had flowers on my mind lately, as we're just heading into spring here in Tokyo, and the blooms are out. We don't own a car, so we've been sticking very close to home for the past 12 months. But the other day I went for a little bit of a bike ride, and I was able to take a little bit of footage of some of the blossom that's appearing in our area. We live really close to a waterway that dates back more than 100 years, and so it's one of the places that I like to cycle. It's not really a river, but it does have a healthy population of koi, and it has some lovely trees along the edge of it, despite being on a busy road. This week as I rode, I was lucky enough to happen upon some workmen who were repairing the walls of the waterway using what looked to me to be very traditional methods. I'm going to put a little bit of footage of my ride and of the workers right at the end of this video, and I'd be really interested to see whether that's something you'd be interested in me including in future videos. To colour the centres of the flowers, I went with a brown combination with a bit of yellow over the top just to brighten it up, and I've marked the colours for you on the screen here. The background is made using the Leaf Burst Rectangle die from Paper Rose Studio and some of their Oyster White shimmer cardstock. I ran that through my die cutting machine, and then I started poking out all of the little bits. And a little way into that, I thought to myself, there must be a better way. And there was. I was able to flick out a lot of pieces before going back and just poking out the last ones. I often have a good idea of what colour scheme I want for a card, but sometimes I'm not 100% sure, and so I'll audition different things, maybe moving a sentiment around to different places, or in this case trying different backgrounds to see which colour I liked. In the end I settled with a really wheaty brown colour so that the die cut would be the hero and not the bright colour coming through from underneath. I've quickly coloured up a couple of leaves just to add a little pop of green to the card. Once they're done and cut out, then everything is going to get layered together. I've used glue for most of the card, just popping up the sentiment and the largest flower for a little bit of extra dimension. The sentiment comes from a Paper Rose pack called Black and White Sentiment Strips, and they've been printed onto white paper. So that the core of the card doesn't show, I'm just going around the edges with a Memento Tuxedo black marker. And that completes today's card. I hope you've enjoyed your time with me. If you'd like to come back and see more, feel free to subscribe. Let me know in the comments below whether you'd like to see a little bit more footage of my life in Japan. At this stage, I'm only thinking that it will be 30 seconds or so. Just a little snapshot of some of the things that make up daily life in another country. Stay safe, my friends. I'll see you next time.